to another MaximumRD presentation.
Hello folks, Rob, MaximumRD here, and I've got a very special package from Stoneage Gamer, Gaming De-Evolved, as it says right there on the package. Actually, this packing tape's kind of funny. It says a couple things on here. Notice, packaged using blast processing. Welcome to the next level. And there's a few other little jokes and things on here, and I thought that was kind of cool. It just kind of, you know, gives you the feeling that instead of dealing with some nameless, faceless company, you know, he has a sense of humor. And indeed, Ryan Cross from Stoneage Gamer, who I've been communicating with since ordering this product, because I wanted to get a lot of details and information and not pass on any misinformation about the product. And he's just been super friendly, very communicative. Always nice to feel like you're getting that personal touch. You know, I see him quite often on Atari Age Digital Press and several other gaming boards. He's within the community. You know, he's kind of like a gamer who just happens to own a business, which is great. So yeah, thanks Ryan for shipping this out to me for review. As my reviews go, which are more basically looking at the product, giving you the details, letting you decide. But before we do that, I will do the official unboxing. And just to show you, it's very well packed. I noticed that right away. There was like nothing loose inside the package, which is a good sign. And sure enough, when I opened it up, you could see you have your bubble chips right on top there, and it's completely packed right in there. And emptying out these bubble chips like so reveals the actual product, also encased in bubble wrap. Pull that out. And then of course more styrofoam chips to you know, on the bottom there to just completely encase the product. So needless to say, it arrived in excellent condition. And there we go. EverDrive Megadrive. This is the deluxe version of the product. Now, you could spend a little bit less and actually get just the bare board, in just the basic version, in which you can, you know, basically sort out, get your own Genesis cartridge case, maybe Dremel it, create a slot for the card, put it in there and all that. And I know for some of you, that's awesome. That's great. If it'll save you a few bucks, you probably got a million Genesis carts lying around and you like to do that sort of thing. Me, not so much. I'm not a really technical kind of fellow. So I ordered the EverDrive Deluxe Edition, which is very nice indeed. As you see, it comes in this package. Also, little tab there to push down, so nothing was moving around inside of the box. There is the user manual with all the official labeling. As I said, this is basically a one-man operation. Well, in this case, a two-man operation. You have the creator, the manufacturer, the designer, Crix, Crix.com. He's a fellow who works out of the Ukraine. He's located in the Ukraine, and if you were to go to his website, you could actually order directly from him, but he's paired up basically with Stoneage Gamer to give you more options, more value, and more features for those of you who, you know, want the options available. Basically, you know, you have your official Stoneage Gamer manual, packaging, labeling, everything, and everything pre-assembled for you, ready to go. So that's what I like personally. It just takes a little bit of the stress out of it for me. And it, you know, in this way, it looks like a much more official product, very professionally packaged. So there's your manual. He included there's a Stoneage Gamer sticker, and another EverDrive oval label right there. And also, two free, these are certificates basically for firmware / OS upgrades. These are autographed, so you have these basically. You know, I've talked to them basically, and at this point in time, these were a little bit more of use when the product was first released. But at this point now, the operating system and the firmware are pretty much in a finished stage. Everything's working pretty much perfectly at this point. These are more or less just for peace of mind. You're probably not even going to end up using them. At this point, it's a finished product. They don't really foresee any major dramatic changes happening anytime soon. You can upgrade the OS yourself through the SD card. It's really just the firmware that has to be done with a special you know, tools and software. But really, you're not going to need those for the most part at this point. Again, it's just kind of a leftover item to give peace of mind in the early revisions of the product, but they're pretty much finished with that. And then, of course, the EverDrive Deluxe cartridge itself, very nice. Now, it appears as your standard Genesis cartridge, except with the addition of a slot on top to fit your SD card. That's got an official label on it. I'll get a little closer on that sooner. Just pop that in the top. There's a button also on top that you can press. That is your Sega Master System pause button. Yes, you heard me right. It's a pause button while you're playing Sega Master System games. You can pause them by pressing that. It doesn't work with all games, but it works with several. And also on the sticker here it says English and Spanish PDF manual available on the SD card, Stoneage Gamer. So he's thrown the manuals right on the card in PDF format also, if you don't happen to have your actual manual handy. Right there, you have extras in digital format. So it includes a nice 2 GB SD, which basically is going to hold pretty much the entire 32X library, Sega Master System library, and at least the entire US collection of Genesis titles. Also, the cool thing about something like this is you can load on demos, homebrews, and also unreleased titles. I've seen a few ROMs here and there leaked that were unreleased titles for the Genesis, for the 32X. Pop them right on this card and pop it into your console and play those on your original hardware. Most of you are already familiar with the concept of a flash card or flash device such as this. Basically, it's simple. You have electronics in this cartridge that have a basic operating system, and of course with the SD card you are provided storage, and then when you plug this into your original console, your original hardware, you're presented with a menu of titles. Choose which one you want to run, whether in this case whether it's Sega Master System, Genesis, or 32X. Choose your title, select, hit start. It loads the game up just as it would be your original cartridge. And I like to stress something, because some people do get confused about that. This is not emulation, folks. And that's where people get confused, because they equate ROMs with emulation. And that's very understandable. I could see why you would do that. Obviously, MAME, 8-bit Nintendo emulators, computer emulators, they all require ROMs. But see, the difference here is, you know, the ROM is just your original game code in the form of a single file. You load it onto here, and it loads from a menu the same game code that would come off of your original cartridge, and you're playing it back on your original hardware. So it's not emulation in this case, folks. It's simply a cartridge that has a lot more storage space, so it can hold a lot more game code. That's pretty much it if you want to simplify it down to those terms. But yeah, I look forward to checking this out. Now keep in mind, to play back your 32X titles, you're obviously going to need a 32X plugged into your Genesis console. All right, so you might be thinking, well, how come I can play back Sega Master System ROMs? Huh? Isn't that emulation? Huh? No, it's not, because actually the Sega Genesis hardware was actually backwards compatible with the Sega Master System. When you use a power-based converter to play Sega Master System games on your Genesis, it's basically nothing more than a pass-through. It just, well, it passes through your original Sega Master System cartridge or card into the port of your Sega Genesis. And that's basically it. It's a pass-through. There's no emulation going on in there. The circuitry is simply there to exchange from one type of cartridge, lining up all the, basically lining up the points of the cartridge with the slot in your Sega Genesis. So it's not emulation, and this is why right off of this cartridge you can play your Sega Master System games just as they were originally on your Sega Master System. It's quite nice, actually. So to be able to play 3 different Sega platforms off of one cartridge on your original hardware. But anyways, a little bit of a closer look. I'm going to go to macro mode here just so you can see. Very nice. Even the cartridge itself is also wrapped in plastic. In this case, Deluxe serial number. I hope I'm at the right level here for MaximumRD. That's my own specific barcode. And the labeling, Stoneage Gamer label from Crix.com. Just a closer look, a macro look at the device. And yeah, so just to show you, the color is a nice, listed as wine red. As you can see, it's like a dark, it's more of a burgundy. Very, very nice. Now, just to let you know, that's not really an option. This was very kindly offered to me as a review item. He allowed me to choose one of 3 colors, so I went with the wine red because I just really like the look of it, and I think I've never seen this color in a Genesis cartridge, so that really appealed to me. It's not an option. It's something simply that was provided to me as a review copy, so I'm pretty happy about that. Actually, I think that's really cool. It may actually become an option in the future, but as of yet, you know, it is not. So just so you know and understand that. It's just a special review color for me, so that's really cool. Anyways, obviously I'm really excited to get this product, and I'll be having a look at it, closer look with more details, demonstrating it, showing you all the functions. I'm actually waiting to receive a 32X at this point in time, so I may just hold off until I receive that and then do, you know, all the testing in different steps. Basically, I'll show you how it operates on the Sega Genesis and the 32X in separate videos. It'll be kind of a series as we take a really good look at this. So also, you know, if there's anything else that you specifically want to know about the device, you know, your thoughts, your opinions. Flash cards aren't for everybody, folks. I realize this. I know some people are real hardcore when it comes to collecting the original cartridge. Personally, I love them because I love options. I love saving space. I don't have the time, the money, nor the incentive or to hunt down each individual cartridge. I'm not getting into that whole area. This is not an emulation device. It's simply giving you the option to play back your ROMs on your original hardware. So yeah, that's it. We'll be taking a closer look in future videos. Stay tuned. Any questions, please ask them in the comments and I will address your questions. Thank you.